Hello and welcome to the Quadcast. I'm the founder and host, John McAlevey. This podcast, while mainly for and about folks like me who have had their lives affected by a spinal cord injury, is really for anyone who just wants to be inspired. In this space, I speak with individuals who have had life-changing injuries and accidents, and yet in spite of insurmountable odds in many cases, have gone on to do amazing things with those lives. I'm reminded of the old metaphor that when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Well, my guests, they take those lemons and roll right over them with their wheelchairs and rollators on their journey. I'd like to thank you for lending me your ears for another session of OT and PT for the soul. So, what do you say we get this show on the road? Steve Zutty, thank you for coming on and welcome to the Quadcast.
Thank you, John, for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, and off the top now for the fifth time, we've had some technical difficulties, but we're going to thank our dear friend Tracy Iraka. We've done this about, as I said, 5 times, and it has gone south on us, but we have to sing her praises one more time. I had the pleasure of meeting Tracy a couple of years back. She was with us at Kessler for many months, and it's been a pleasure, as I said, getting to know her husband, Kevin, her daughter, Abby. I haven't had the chance to meet her son, Jacob, yet, but I hope to do so one day. And Tracy is what I would like to refer to as a repeat offender here on the QP. She's been with me twice now, 2 episodes, and I'm hoping to get her back for a 3rd time because now I'm in video and I want everyone to see her shining and beautiful smile. And so why don't you tell us, how did you and Tracy meet?
Well, I was lucky enough to meet Tracy. I was looking at gyms, and I was leaving after taking a tour of one, and she was in the parking lot, and we bumped into each other in the handicap parking, and she and I looked very similar, so we started chatting, and she actually motivated me that day to join that gym. And from that point on, we've become great friends. She's amazing. So kind, generous, and down to earth, and great support. And her family's awesome. I've met her family. They're all great.
You picked a great word there, generous. Tracy has been a benefactor of mine in ways that are way above and beyond the call of duty, and I love her for that, and for just who she is and her spirit, because she hasn't had it easy, I can tell you, Steve. She came to us, and it was a long process, and well, you're going through it yourself. We all have these journeys that have twists and turns, and there's not a straight line once you do something to your spinal cord, and you're injured and you're in pain, and it's just it's a whole new world.
It absolutely changes you, that's for sure.
Yeah,
but that's why I'm glad I met Tracy, because she gets it.
Yes, she does, and she has another dear friend over here sitting at my feet. My service dog Yokin absolutely loves Tracy, and vice versa. I know there were many times where she would be wheeling back from a rough day in therapy, and she'd see him and she'd just sort of light up. It would really put a little pep in her step, and I know that they are fast friends and have been for some time as well.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, I'm lucky enough to call her a friend now. It's great.
Without question. So what I like to do usually with my show, Steve, is begin at the beginning. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where did you grow up, and what were some things you enjoyed doing in your youth and young adulthood?
Well, I'm lucky enough to have grown up in the 70s in New York on Long Island, South Shore. So we had access to the beach. We had access to all the sporting events, concerts. And it was great. And I was into all the athletics. I was always out and about doing things outdoors. It was just great. I had a great childhood.
Boy, you mean you weren't inside on your cell phone?
Playing video games?
You weren't getting likes, posting on Instagram? Oh, you were like a Martian, Steve. I spent all day inside on my phone. Oh, man. Right? What a world these kids have now.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. Ours was so cool.
Yeah.
We were lucky.
Yeah, I grew up around
my father, though.
Yeah, right. I grew up around the same time as you did. It was one of those things where you went out and your parents knew where you were. You were down the street at so-and-so's house, and once it started to get dark, you just knew it was time to mosey on home for dinner.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, nowadays kids have play dates that are prearranged, and then they're doing all sorts of playing these
All
video
structured.
games, and I don't know how they do it. I really don't. I
Well,
really don't.
it produces anxiety is what it's doing.
Yeah, for the kids and for the parents.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah. And
definitely.
I know we have one among other things we have in common is you have a really great group of friends, group of buddies that you're still in touch with. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that? You know how it started and how you guys still keep in touch today.
Well, I'm the luckiest guy when it comes to family and friends. My friends are unbelievable, and I still keep in touch with most of my good friends. They're all over the country. They all reached out to me. They were helping me out. You really find out who really is important in your life and who makes a difference.
Oh
It's
yeah, without a doubt. When the proverbial you know what hits the fan, right? You find out who's in the foxhole with you. You really do.
and I have those, tight friends, and they were
Hmm.
all by my side
Yeah.
all through it. And it
Y-
was it was a long journey while I was by myself. So
Yes.
it was great to have them.
Yep.
They're always around. One showed up last night. He lives in Virginia. He showed up, had some dinner with us, woke up and went home. And it
Yeah.
was great.
And you picked up like it was 100 years ago, right? Like no time had
Absolutely.
ever gone by.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
have a lot of friends like that where we meet a couple of times a year and it's just like we were in college or we were one guy I'm going to see next week. I've known him
Uh,
since we're 6 or 7 years old.
it's the
And he's
best.
also he's quadriplegic.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh, yes.
he's been like that since we were 17.
Yeah, you were telling me about him. What a
Yeah.
story. Oh my gosh.
And he's got strength you wouldn't believe.
Oh man. Without a doubt, he's got since 17. Wow, he certainly
No.
does have strength that you
Yeah,
wouldn't
he's
believe.
63.
Wow. Unbelievable. Yeah, I had a friend I was telling you before that was injured on senior cut day for my high school, and she went headfirst into the Navasink River, and that certainly put a damper on not only senior cut day but our prom and graduation.
No.
And she was a C5 quad, and she has been for all these years. And so yeah, these bloody things, these injuries really have a way of putting a damper on things, but we have to soldier on like you and I and Tracy have over the years and
Yep.
all the people that I have on here that, in spite of these terrible things, there's still so much that can be done and so much that can be accomplished and, such great lives in spite of it all.
Oh, absolutely. And it's your story. It's not your life. It's not who you are. So if
Right.
you can figure it out and work with yourself and be positive,
Yeah.
you adapt. And that's
Yeah.
what you have to do.
It is. It is. Tell us about some hobbies that you sent over your bio, which was like War and Peace. It was amazing. You had so much stuff in there. You have many, many hobbies. Tell us about a few of them and how that they've been fulfilling for you.
Well, now they're not so fulfilling, but I try them because it was always about sports, being outside, fishing. I
Yeah.
was into the martial arts for many years. I did 4 different styles,
Hmm.
and, I was pretty into it. I don't really have an on-off it's either on or off. So
Yeah.
I was really into it, and, most of my hobbies I can't do right now, so it's a very trapped feeling. I'm trying, and what's happening is as I progress, which is great, because I was
Yeah.
in the wheelchair for a year, and then I was on the walker, the cane, and now with this brace, but with that also comes other structural problems that I'm finding.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm enjoying the gym, I'll start working out, I can't do that. So there's a lot of that, and, you feel great that you're doing it, but you also
Hmm.
feel bad because you can't do it.
I know.
There's it's a big mixed feeling, so it's a head game too.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I feel your pain in that respect. I was a sports guy all my life,
Yeah,
and after I had my spill, I couldn't do anything like that anymore either. And what I found, Steve, was I got into a friend of mine asked me to help him out with coaching. And I thought he was coaching basketball, youth basketball. I said,
that's a
how
great
the heck
idea.
am I going to coach? I can't even hold a basketball, let alone dribble one. And
Right.
I thought that, the kids would be making fun of me behind my back, and I really didn't know what to do. Turned out it was 22 years of absolutely the greatest thing that could have ever happened to me. It gave me that
Holy
that
cow, that's
itch. Yeah,
great.
it was that itch that I could finally scratch. And, I was always competitive. So if, put a scoreboard up and a time clock and I want to have one more point than the guy sitting over
That's
there.
exactly right.
Yeah. And
It
it got me through a lot of dark times. I tell you, it really
Yep.
gave me that, let's go. I want to win. Come on, guys. And we
And
had a lot of fun with that.
that also keeps you from thinking a lot. It keeps you in the moment.
Yeah.
All those sports, all the martial arts, you're always in the moment.
Hmm.
Now, I'm thinking about what I could do today. It's a
Right.
whole different world.
Yeah, it is a whole different world. And before we get into to your journey with all of you, what you have going on, why don't you tell us about your family? I know you have a lovely wife you've been married to for many years, and tell
32
us about your.
years.
Oh, it's great.
I have a great family. My
Yeah.
family, extended family, my wife's side of we're all tight. We all get along. We all laugh together. My
Mm,
parents are the best. I worked with them for 26 years.
is
We had
that
a
right?
business that we sold souvenirs to the traveling public, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we did it together for all those years. And then
Hmm.
after September 11th, I started doing it on my own.
Right.
But my wife, she's beautiful inside and outside. She
Hmm.
puts up with me. She puts up with this. And my daughter, same thing, just beautiful, down to earth people. My daughter's fairly successful. She's living up in Hoboken on her own,
Great.
and she works for FanDuel, doing
Oh,
very
cool.
well.
Talking
My
about
wife,
sports.
yeah, my wife's the reference librarian for our town.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
and thank
great.
thank God for that because we have the medical insurance.
Oh, you need that, right, Steve?
Holy cow,
They
it's so
oh,
important.
it really is. And the older I get, the more I realize that there's really nothing in this world like family and old friends. And
It's everything.
we've hit on those two big things already, your buddies and your family. And so we're lucky to have that support behind us. And so now why don't we delve into it? Because I know things have not always, things are not all beach balls and sunshine in your world. I know that at some point you started to have some back issues, I think. Is that what started with you? Or was it back
Yeah.
issues?
Well, I
So,
actually had back issues from high school, spasms and stuff like that, but all the time.
yeah.
And then when I got older and I started doing those martial arts, I started having issues in my neck. And
Okay.
then, you go through all the injections, all the ablations, all the physical therapy that led me to a fusion
Yep.
at C45, and that was successful. Great. Went back to doing everything.
And how
And
long
then
ago, if I may interrupt you, how long ago was the first intervention that you did? Well, first of all,
2000,
what is an
2001.
ablation? What is an ablation?
An ablation is burning the nerve, deadening it so it doesn't fire, so it kind
Okay.
of kills the signal of the pain.
I thought that's what it was, but I didn't want to sound like a moron. But okay. As I do that all the time when I open my mouth and point the finger at myself. But yeah, so okay, you did that. And how long ago was that the first thing?
2001, I had a whole series leading up to that fusion.
Okay.
And then 2019, well, actually, after that fusion, after it healed, I
Hmm.
got in a car accident, um, and I herniated T7, I think it was, and that
Okay.
was in my thoracic. That was brutal because what it did was it
Ugh.
affected every breath I took.
Oh,
And that
good grief.
lasted for months on end. And again, ablations and all this stuff. I actually did something called a discogram. They
Wow.
put 73 pounds of pressure into my disc
Oh
on
my
three different
gosh.
levels to recreate the pain to see which disc it was.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
so primeval.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I th I thought you were gonna say they were gonna put a disco ball in the operating room. It sounded like
No,
that was what it was all about.
unbelievable.
Wow.
And I've
And
done stuff like
how did
that.
that go?
It was the worst thing I've ever been in. That
I
was the
could
worst. They had to keep pulling the needle out because it stopped me from breathing.
oh, dear God.
But then it doesn't do anything. I never got the surgery on T7. It died out like the guy at the Rothman Institute told me it would.
Right.
And then 2019, I needed another neck fusion.
Okay.
This one was a little more difficult because they had to take the hardware off the first one. And
Okay.
now I have three levels fused. And that
Oof.
worked fine. Back to doing everything I ever did. And then
Okay.
in 2019, I
Mhm.
was getting a burning in just the front of my thighs, which is
Mm.
only L2, L3, I think. So I spoke to my 2 surgeons, and they wanted to do a full-blown fusion again.
Oh,
I
dear
really didn't
God.
wanna go through all of that because I had
Yeah.
just had that one.
Mhm.
So I went to my pain management guy who I've seen for 5 years. I trusted him,
Right?
and that might have been my mistake, but I
Yeah.
tried something with them,
Mhm.
and I woke up, I was fine, and then I don't know how much I'm actually gonna have be able to say
Uh-huh.
because I did take it to suit,
Mhm.
but they it got screwed up, and all of a sudden, I had incredible pain below my waist, which is from quada equina, which is the burning of
Oh,
every nerve below my waist,
I've
and I was
heard of that.
wide awake.
Oh, dear God.
And
I've
then,
heard of that. We've had some individuals at Kessler with that called equina. Yeah, I had never heard of it before, but, my boss brought it to my attention. Yeah, that's very painful.
brutal, and I don't know how much I could. They didn't know what to do, basically, and
Mhm.
that quada equina is supposed to be treated immediately.
Mhm.
It wasn't.
Mm. So you have you're taking, you have a case in court or something
I
like
s
that? Are you doing
I
that?
settled my case. That's
Oh,
why
you did?
I don't know how much I can say
Okay.
or not say,
Right, right,
but I
sure.
can tell you that in order to settle a case, there has to be standard of procedure that was not followed.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I hear you. We've had some we've had some folks who unfortunately, um, have gone in for elective surgeries and will never walk again,
Yeah,
and that's what really freaks me out, and, I just put myself in their position like, "Whoa," what's the old saying? "The devil you know rather than the devil
is
you don't
better.
know?"
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so obviously the doctors, they don't do this on purpose, and they feel, rotten. I mean, one guy, one of the
I can't agree with that on this case.
oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I've had one I had one patient that told me the doctor, he was so distraught with what he did to this person that he quit. He gave up his practice, and he really like went talk about going down the rabbit hole. I mean, it
Yeah,
affected him beyond recognition. But yeah, I mean, nothing is foolproof, right? I mean, you have to sign on the
yeah.
anytime you do any sort of a thing, but oh boy, I'm
And I
sorry that
and I was unlucky enough to let it happen during COVID, so I had
oh
no family with me, and
Tell
actually,
yeah. Take
that
me
was
through that, Steve. That must have been like, talk about being on your own and being alone. I had a friend from high school, her son had a spinal cord injury right at the outset of COVID, and he was at Kessler for, I think, 2 or 3 months. They were not allowed to set foot in the building. They had to, like,
yep.
wave at him through the window. So tell me what that was like.
Well, that's what I did, and it was unbelievable because actually what I really needed was an advocate when the procedure ended, and
Yeah.
that might have prevented my outcome. So then I ended up in that St. Lawrence well, actually, I ended up in another hospital for a week,
Yeah. Where
and
did you
then
do
they
the initial surgery? Where was that done?
can't
Oh,
tell you
you
that.
can't oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Whereabouts unknown.
Yeah, exactly. But, then their backup plan wasn't followed
Okay,
because I didn't have an advocate,
okay.
and I
Yeah,
guess, you know, I don't know, everyone can use their own imagination, but I ended up
of course.
at a hospital an hour and a half away.
Oh,
I had
geez.
quada equina. It's supposed to be
Yes.
handled within the first 15 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I don't know if
So
that's okay to say or not, I don't know,
yeah,
but
yeah. Well, it is what it is. So then you did your rehab by yourself, right? How
oh,
did that
yeah.
go?
Then I ended up in St. Lawrence Rehab, and I'll tell you something, the rehabilitation people there were fantastic,
Oh,
but
good.
during COVID, during Thanksgiving and Christmas,
Mhm.
the help at the place my friends would say to me, "Don't turn off the lights. It always happens at night."
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Oh, it was scary, huh?
Scary,
Oh, no. And
scary.
did you have a roommate? Did you have a private room? I mean, were there a
Private
couple of
room.
you in?
First first week, I couldn't come out of the room. Sec
Okay. Oh, right.
Then I
COVID,
couldn't
yeah.
get off the floor,
Mhm.
and,
Oh, wow.
my room was straightened up every day at least 400 times by me. I didn't know what else to do. Yeah,
You
it was
should write a book, Steve.
it was hard, But then again, that's where all my great friends came in. That hospital they took me to, they put me in a room with like 6 or 7 people. I don't really know what was going on because my blood pressure was like 250. They were pumping me with these pills. All of a sudden,
Oh.
nurse goes to me, "I don't know who you know, but John, he just got you a single." That was the guy who came here yesterday. He made
Oh,
a phone call to the hospital and got me out of that room.
bless his heart. Thank you, John.
You better believe it. John's the man.
Oh, John is the man. Oh, wow.
Yep.
So then you got yourself into a single and like how many people were in this facility? Were there a lot of people that you were doing therapy with?
No, and they wouldn't do a lot of therapy with other people around because it was COVID.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It
Oh,
was
those stupid
it was a
masks we
very
were
it was a
all
very lonely feeling, I'll tell you that.
yeah. All those masks we were wearing around, the costumes, it was
It was
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Yeah, when you really think back on it all and what we know now and what was
Yep.
happening and I think they knew more than they were letting on and they just made us
Oh,
wear
it'll all
those
come out.
stupid
It'll
things.
all come
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, it was nuts. So, how long did you spend there?
I got in there on the 25th of November. I got out of there New Year's Eve.
Okay, and we're talking that's 2020
Yeah, to 2021. Yep.
and you
Right
got
when
out on New Year's
New Year's
Eve?
Eve. And
Oh,
the only
wow.
reason I was able to get out was because my parents would let me stay with them. Now they were in
Okay.
their 80s
Yeah.
and they
You
had to
had
see their son. I mean, I couldn't roll over in a bed.
oh
I
god.
was using the urinals. Mom had come into my family was still at my house. People couldn't
Unbelievable.
really come see me because of COVID, and my parents were older. I didn't want them there.
Right. Oh god, they were the ones that were most susceptible to that stupid thing.
Right. It was
Oh,
and then
man.
and that's when the rehab started. They would come to the house, and then I went to Trinity Rehab, I went to Rothman Rehab, I went to, Capitol Health Rehab, I went to
Mm.
Centra State Rehab. They all kept telling me, "No more we can do for you." But I'll tell
Oh.
you, a fantastic place is, Project Walk down in
Oh, yeah.
I think it's Marlton or Mount Laurel area.
Yes, yes, yes.
They're
Tell
great.
me, Steve, tell me, when you were discharged and you went home to your parents, what what shape were you in? Were you walking at that time? Did
Paralyzed.
you
No, couldn't walk.
I mean, like, when you say paralyzed, like, nothing? You didn't have any movement at all, or it was just sort of
No,
really
I couldn't move my legs.
oh my goodness gracious, how did that but
My
today you do. How did it all come back? Was it
My
just
right
time?
leg my right leg started to come back while I was there, and
Okay.
the second I could put some weight on it, I
Mhm.
started getting on the walker, and I mean,
Okay.
the way I pushed myself,
Yeah.
I wouldn't accept it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you know what's
Now
weird is
yeah,
acceptance is important. It's
it is
really
important.
it's a twisted thing.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, you have to come to grips with it. I still, I like to choose different words. I still, can't accept what happened to me, but I've grown to be able to live with it because the alternative is if you go down the rabbit hole, which we all do, and I still do on occasion,
Me
because
too.
sometimes it's like enough is enough. I can't do this anymore. If you choose to go down there, then you just basically throw your life away because you'll just give up and complain about it. There was a guy that was
And
with me.
you're not
Yeah,
just hurting yourself.
right. Yeah, it's your
That made it
family.
hard for me too. For my daughter to see me like this,
Yeah,
I'll tell you, I don't cry much, but when I took her to her first dance after I was able to get to her, I went to college, supposed to do a father-daughter dance thing, and I couldn't dance.
of course. That
I
killed you.
cannot even tell you what that did to me.
Yeah,
And it was a
I
lot
know.
it's a lot of those things that still does it, but not the same way.
hmm hmm So you're at your parents and you're starting to get some movement back. You're doing some therapy. When do you finally make it home to the old saying, "Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home"? When do you get back with your wife and your daughter?
May.
Wow. So you were out of the house for how long? How many months? Like 7 or 8 months?
I guess it would be November until May, so yeah. I,
Mm.
yeah, I think May 4th is the date I actually got back into my place.
Jeez, that's today, May 4th, as we're
Oh,
recording.
shit. Oh, excuse
Yeah,
me.
that's okay. Don't worry about it. Let it rip.
I think if I remember correctly, I think that's when it was.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
And then
here
I
we
had to
are.
sell my place because I couldn't do the stairs. I had the lift on the wall for a while.
Mhm.
that broke the first week, it broke on me. I was sitting in the middle of the staircase. I'm like,
Oh
"Oh,
my
come on."
God. Yeah. It's almost like, sometimes I feel like I'm on candid camera where something will happen.
Absolutely.
Like I'll drop something and I just kind of look around like, really?
This
Like
kidding me, right?
I don't have so much on my plate that this has got to happen now.
That's the thing.
Let me ask you this, because I know that I am moving my way up in the age bracket now, and so now what I'm encountering is not just spinal cord injury maladies. What I'm getting is, I like to tell my friends, and I say we're getting old man problems now. So now
You
my
just
lower
gonna say
back
that.
is barking at me, my knees and stuff from the old sports days. Do you feel that that's sort of creeping into what you're dealing with now on
Ab
top of everything?
Absolutely. Because now
Yeah.
on top of it all, I have osteophyte complex,
Hmm.
which is a heavy duty arthritis kind of thing. Everything's fusing together.
Oh gosh.
But I did have
Y-
fun doing all the sports up until now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What I like to tell my friends, we always say that these injuries are the gift that keeps on giving, you know?
Exactly.
It's always something.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. Now,
And that's
not that it's yeah, I
Go ahead.
wanted to ask you, do you have, along with the pain and the walking mobility issues, are you bowel and bladder okay? Do you have issues with that stuff or you know?
I did in the beginning, now I don't. But
Thank God.
I have that feeling I will. It's weird. 'Cause
Yeah.
what I with the quada equina, I had saddle anesthesia, I think they call it.
Okay.
So my whole butt area, everything was numb.
Yeah.
A lot of it came back. My left cheek is still numb, but I'll take it.
Hey, we'll have to try that next time. We'll have to squeeze your cheeks and see which ones you can feel, right? Oh my gosh.
I just say that so people do that.
Exactly. There's a method to your madness, Steve. I like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to use that as an excuse. And so why don't you, if you could at this point, tell us where you are now, and then maybe take us through a day in the life of Steve Zutty.
Okay. I
Yeah.
wake up, I am stiff as hell, I'm in tremendous pain because of that retrolithosis that I'm
Yeah.
having.
Don't sugarcoat it at all, Steve. Tell
Yeah,
us
well,
how
I'm
you
just
really
telling
feel.
you.
I know, I know.
But I get up, I do my thing. My wife's still working, I'm not, so I do as much as I can around the house to help her out, and
Okay.
then, I go to the gym. I do the sauna for about 15 minutes. I get out, I go into
Mhm.
the therapy pool, and I do my soft stretching and some movement and walking against the water and stuff, and then get back in the sauna, and
Mhm.
I try to do the machines. I do some, I hurt for a few days. I don't know if I'm
Right.
hurting myself. Every time I add something, there's a step back kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
fill my day with trying to make myself feel better now.
Yeah.
My hobby is me.
I like that. Yeah, if it's good for me, it's good for me, right?
Yeah, I try other stuff. I have to, it's a horrible feeling. And I know you know it. When you get up, you say, what can I do today? And what can I deal with doing today?
Mhm.
And then, and when I do that, how long am I going to recover from doing that?
Yeah.
So it's a
I've
lot.
I'm in therapy now, and I swear, and I tell my PTs this. I say I started probably about 4 weeks ago, and
Good.
you're supposed to be getting better, and I tell them I almost feel worse today than I did when I started with you 4 weeks ago. It's like one step forward and two steps back, and so.
Absolutely.
But the alternative, you can't just sit on your butt because then you'll just completely atrophy and then you'll really have no choice of you
Yep.
being, in a wheelchair. So it's kind of like you got to move it or lose it. I've heard that one for years. Move it or lose it. The newest one that I've heard now, tell me if you've heard this, is motion is lotion. Have you heard that one?
Absolutely. That was the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to slap these people that come
Yeah.
up with these things.
It's
It's
not
some
motion.
able-bodied 25-year-old who's, can do backflips and do the
Exactly.
splits. Yeah.
Who can fall and get back up?
Yeah, right. I like to laugh. Remember those commercials when we were kids where the old lady where she falls down and she's yelling, "I've fallen and I can't
Yep.
get up." I used to laugh at her, but now I am her. Oh, good
Exactly.
grief. Now I am her. Oh
It's
gosh.
amazing.
Yeah. So what are some hobbies that you still have that you can do
Oh,
with
I
your
still
wife?
go fishing. I
Oh,
still do
good.
the fishing. And my wife and I still go out. We still do the dinners and stuff like that,
Hmm.
concerts or whatever. The seating's a problem. You know,
Right.
you I can't do a lot of stairs, and I have to be fairly close to a bathroom, so that all that comes into play every time I do something. But,
Yeah, it sure
we still
does.
do stuff. I
Yeah.
push it.
Yeah. Now, do you have any plans for any more um, therapies or going back to see any other doctors? Are there any things on the horizon that might
Yeah,
work
because
for you?
I just had a lot of the times those injections you get, I just got, facet joint injections in my neck, like,
Okay.
4 weeks ago,
Okay.
and there were 8 of them, 4 on each side.
Hmm.
They actually made me feel better. It even took some pain out of my shoulder.
Good.
The next step is the ablations, but every time I do some, I'm risking something. I
Yeah.
don't know if I wanna do it,
Yeah.
but I might have to.
Yeah. And do you take meds for the pain?
No,
Do you do anything? No?
no. Ibuprofen, red light therapy, Matt, but,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I've
Because
never
the
liked pills.
Yeah, the pills, not only is it not great to be on something, then it backs you up and then you're dealing with that whole situation. How about I've had some friends that swear by medical marijuana. Have you given that a shot?
Oh, I use.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And
Before
does
it
it
was
help?
medical.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
No, it
Yeah.
does help, but the only way it's really helping me is a
Uh-huh.
distraction from it, I think.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
not reducing it, it's just
No.
distracting me.
Yeah. And do you notice my mom is 84 and she's had back injuries for years and she's had broken bones and so the poor thing is in pain like 24 hours a day and we haven't been able to find anything that can help her with that. But I do notice that like when her friends are around or when her grandchildren are around and she's talking and she's involved and she's maybe it's sort of like playing tricks on your mind where you're not thinking about it.
Absolutely.
Do you feel that that helps you?
No question.
Yeah.
Distraction.
Right, that's
Absolutely.
the word. Yeah, distraction.
But
I guess
the
that's the
problem is a lot of times the distraction's not strong enough.
Yeah, yeah.
I
You
guess
need
that's the problem.
you need distractions from your distractions.
Correct. And
Oh,
also,
man.
like, when the weather affects me tremendously.
Yeah, that was my next question. Tell me, how does the weather affect you? Which is better, warm, cold, and how do they both
They're both they
work on
both
you?
they both kinda hurt. They're different, though. The,
Mhm.
um the cold, because of my leg, I have no circulation in it.
Mhm.
The leg hurts a lot, but the humidity swells me, and then
Oh.
everything hurts. My neck is hurting, my back hurts.
Oh, wow.
But when a storm comes in, the change from rain to not rain, that hurts. The
Yeah.
pressure is unbelievable.
Yeah, sounds like you're the human Doppler machine because you
Yes,
can tell when when something's coming around the bend, right?
and it'll look nice out, and I'll say to my wife, "It's gonna rain." She's like, "It's not supposed to rain." I'm like, "It's gonna rain." It rains.
It's
Not
right.
that it's just I don't know, weather really affects it. That's when I finally leave Jersey, I don't
Yeah.
know where to go.
Yeah. Yeah, do you think you'll go somewhere? Do you think you're gonna go Florida or something like that? The
I'm not
Carolinas, somewhere warm?
Carolina, maybe. I won't go to Florida.
Yeah.
It it's just crazy expensive, and you never know what's gonna happen down there. I
Yeah.
lived in Florida for 6 years when I
Oh,
was
okay.
young,
Okay.
but, I don't know, North Carolina, maybe,
Mhm. Yeah,
but
because
the
it's
desert
hot.
is where I should be.
Have you been? Have you ever tried that? Been out to Arizona or any of those
Vegas
spots?
and Arizona, it feels a little bit better, but I wasn't like this when I was out there.
Right, yeah.
So
I
now I
had
gotta check it out.
one of my good friends was out there in February. We have another buddy of ours moved out there about 5, 6 years ago. He's in Scottsdale, and so my friend Dennis went out to see my buddy and to take in some spring training baseball. And he
Oh,
said, "You know,
that's
John,
great.
I bought tickets and I went to the game." And he said, by the second inning, I was sweating my you know what off, so I had to I couldn't sit in the seat. I had to
No,
move
it's
my
too
seat.
hot.
Oh my God in heaven! He said it was like 108 degrees. I couldn't
Yeah,
do it.
too
So,
hot.
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, my body reacts better when it's hot and humid, but I, since mine is a cervical injury, I have, blood pressure issues. And when I get hot,
Oh, that's right,
man,
you can't cool.
Yeah, I can't cool off, so I can tank, and before you know it, I'm out. I just go right out. It's something called autonomic dysreflexia, and
Yep.
it's something you can't fool around with. So I don't really know where the heck I'm going to go. I
Yeah.
need to be at like the perfect. It's like 73 and sunny and like no breeze where it gets cold. I need the perfect.
Yeah. That's
It's
San
like
Diego.
I know, but I have to win the Powerball to get a
Yeah,
place in San
that's the
Diego.
problem.
Yeah,
Anywhere that's really nice to live, you got to win the Powerball.
I know. Oh yeah, San Diego, boy, I love it out there. What a great
Yep.
spot that is.
But
Oh wow,
yeah, I don't
love
know where to
that.
go.
Yeah, well, if you find the right place, send me a postcard, and Tracy and
Absolutely.
I'll be right there behind you.
Absolutely.
Sounds like we should all buy a big house, like a dorm, and we could all live together and commiserate.
I'd like to party again. I'm in.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna definitely have to meet up one of these days in person. Now
Absolutely.
I have some wheels that work. I can drive and meet up
Oh,
with you
we'll come up
guys in
there.
person. Yeah, we got to do that. And Tracy and maybe her friend Jennifer can join us.
Yeah.
We should definitely do that. So why don't I'll leave you with Steve. My the last question is usually what I ask of all my friends that my guests that are banged up in one form or fashion. And that it's an interesting story. I'll tell you. It came about. I was waiting in the hallway to see my doctor, and I was with a high school friend. Believe it or not, another high school friend had a serious spinal cord injury. He was injured in a wakeboarding accident, and he was a
Wow.
C5 complete quad. This was a really tough story, and unfortunately, we lost him 2 years ago. He had a septic reaction, and he just his body couldn't handle it. But I was sitting there, we were waiting, and I said, "Hey, Tommy." You know, if I could snap my fingers right now and you would be completely able bodied again, what do you think the first thing you would do would be? And as I looked over at him and saw the smoke pouring out of his ears, I heard from behind me this woman said, "You know, I would go out into my garden and plant some flowers." And then the guy off to the right said, I was always a car guy. I'd go into my garage and turn a wrench a few times or two." And I thought, hey, you know, everybody's going to have a different sort of an answer to that. And so I'll ask you if you didn't have any of your issues any longer and you woke up tomorrow morning, what do you think the first thing you would do would be?
Run up and down some stairs.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd probably go to the gym and do everything. Probably play some basketball.
yeah,
I miss basketball.
mm, yeah. I had, you know, Eric LeGrand. He was the
N-
gentleman that he was injured. He was a Rutgers football player,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
yeah, he got hurt at Giant Stadium. I asked him that question, and he said, "The first thing you really want to know, the first thing?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I would run out my front door butt naked up and down the street." Yeah, I've heard some good ones. I've heard I would lift up my grandchildren and dance with my wife.
Well,
I've heard
I
some
want
people.
that dance. I want that dance with my daughter.
Yeah, yeah. I had a guy tell me, "You really want to know?" I would stand in front of the toilet and empty my bladder without having to do anything else. I said, "Hey, man, it's nothing, nothing wrong with that. I would like to do the same thing
Exactly.
myself." Yeah, I mean, simple pleasures, right, Steve? I mean, like we said before, people don't
Yep,
know until you know, and it's like these
it
things that
is.
everybody takes for granted. It's so amazing.
But it's good when you and I and Tracy and I when we meet and we get it. It's a nice community. It's
Yeah,
really it's
yeah.
good.
hmm I was I was having lunch with a friend the other day, and he is a para, and so his upper body, his arms, and everything work. And we were having lunch, as I said, and he was opening his bag, whatever he brought with him, and I had gotten something from the cafeteria. And he was basically almost done with his food before I could even open the bloody bag that my stuff was in. I
Yep,
can't do anything with my hands. And I'm looking at something simple as somebody using their hands. And I'm like, you know, those instruments are the most amazing things. Like, look what you can do with that hand. You can
yep.
open things, you can peel things, you can turn things. And I'm like, look at these things, you know?
They
I mean, I
move
got,
into they move
yeah.
individually.
Yeah, and I got these stumps that do nothing for me, and it was like, you know, you take such things for granted, and
Yeah.
it really is amazing. But well,
And you
this,
hear and all these people complain about the
oh
such nonsense.
yeah, they have no idea.
You know what's
They
really
really
good
have
though,
no
that I
idea.
do is the,
Yeah.
mindfulness, like
Okay.
being present.
Yeah, you have to be.
Yeah.
You have to be, and you have to surround yourself with people who are positive and that want to be there with you, because that's the other thing. If you're hang around with a bunch of Debbie Downers, then you're gonna go down that rabbit hole that we talked about.
No, I'm the luckiest guy alive that with relationships and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And speaking of which, like we mentioned before, we'll have to put we'll call ourselves the Three Musketeers, you, me, and Tracy. I
definitely.
feel I feel in these 45 minutes as if I've known you my whole life.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah, this is really a good thing. Tracy told me, she said, "You're gonna love Steve. You're gonna love him." I said, "I know I will." If
I
he's
just
a
hope
friend of yours,
I just hope I was okay with all this.
you were terrific. You were you, and that's what we ask for. You
Okay,
were real, and that's what these conversations are all about. And
because your
uh,
head starts to fire up. I don't know what I touched down on.
I know, I know, I know. Well, you hit everything right straight down the fairway. I don't know if you're a golf guy, but
No,
you hit
and
it
I
straight
won't
down
be.
the fairway. Yes. Well, Steve, thank you so much. After all the technical difficulties we had, we were able to
Oh,
get things
glad.
squared away, and we put it together, and we got a real nice episode together. And I know that my audience will be thrilled to hear your story, and to be able to highlight you and all you've been through, and all you're doing now with a smile on your face is what we hope for. And that's I appreciate you coming on with me today.
I hope I was clear enough on everything, and I really appreciate to be able to chat with someone about it. And John, you're a
Yes.
gentleman. Thank you very much.
What a terrific guy Steve is. Thank you again for this suggestion, Tracy. You certainly are a great judge of character, my friend. If you like what you heard today, please tell a friend or 10. As it is, I'm still trying to become a 6-year overnight sensation with this podcast and message. Until next time, I'm John McAlevey, and I thank you for your time.